Okay, we're going to do a quick walk around and interior tour of the 1993 Talbot Express 5-berth Cheyenne Auto Trail that you've probably followed the link from the advert. So this is the exterior. As I've said in the advert, I've tried to be as honest as possible. Buying these things can be a bit of a nightmare. I went through it 4 years ago when we picked this up, but thankfully this has been an absolutely brilliant van. It is starting to get a few bits and bobs of surface rust here along the scuttle panel, as I've explained, and this wheel arch in particular. I know you can get these from coastal motorhomes. I've seen people on the forums replace them. I've seen people repair them. I haven't got the time. I would love to, because it is a good van. I'd love to spend the time and the money and do all these little bits and get it mint, but I just haven't got the time. So I'm hoping somebody can get this who has, and then it can be used for many more years. Overall though, on the outside, not bad for the age. A few associated battle scars and marks that you would expect on a 1993 vehicle. Come around the back, you've got the ladder, which is pretty standard. You've got the bike rack. On the roof, there's 2 solar panels. I'm not going to climb up there carrying the camera because I'll probably fall off and end up on fail army. But I'll show you the charging points inside. So coming down the outside, we have 2 storage bins. No, they haven't been broken into. I left the keys on the bumper in Woolacombe and then realised when I got back to Southampton, needless to say, I didn't bother going back to check. I think they are just locker style locks and you can get them from Screwfix. It's just one of those jobs I've never got round to doing. You can open it with a screwdriver key though. In here is your gas. There's a 7 kilo gas bottle in there. It is empty, apologies. It ran out late last year, and because we've decided to sell it this year, I haven't paid the 40 odd quid to go and trade it in, but the gas bottle's yours if you buy the van, so you've got something to trade in. Up the top you'll see there's the Omnister wind out awning. I don't know what kind of condition this is in. I've never used it in the 4 years I've had it, and for a year or just over before I got it in 2021, it had been in storage during COVID. I don't have the winder, so I've never had it out, so I can't guarantee what kind of condition it's in or if it even works. Got the water tank there. As you'll see, I had a bit of a flush through, so that is only wastewater leaking out because I've got the pipes open to flush the wastewater through. There is a freshwater tank and a wastewater tank with the tap there where you can see the little drip going on, and that's when you drain the wastewater away. Let's go inside. So when I got this, it was that lovely original 90s colour scheme. This may not be to everybody's taste. I know some people like original, but we wanted to kind of put our personal touch on it. All I would say is, if this isn't what you like or you wanted to change it, now it's been painted once, getting the base coat over the original laminating is the hard part. It would be just like decorating a room. So it's had a full refurb inside as far as painting goes. All the doors have been taken off, everything, took it all back down to carcasses, new hinges, new ironmongery, and it's come out quite nicely. New ceiling, you'll see here, there's 2 panels on the ceiling. We did have a roof box on here, which was really handy for life jackets and deck chairs until some urchin decided to break into it and I had to remove it. So it was bolted through and sealed, and then there were big plates underneath which were quite unsightly when I took it off. So instead of having 4 squares, I've just decided to make these 3mm ply panels just to square it away, but it's all sealed on top where the roof box was. Okay, go into the top bedroom and sleeping accommodation. This didn't have the hatch here when I picked up, which I think is quite common. So my brother, who is actually a proper qualified carpenter, because I wouldn't have been able to do this, ripped the whole floor out and replaced it with a good exterior grade 18mm ply, carpeted it, and now it serves as a good second bed. I've never used this panel, despite the fact I asked him to put it in, which I feel a bit guilty about. It's always just stayed down. It does mean that you knock your head a few times on here, but you do get used to it. Okay, I think that is the top. Size wise, easily 2 children, 2 adults. We've had 3 up here if my boys have ever had a friend or their cousin come over, and it's quite comfortable. We just use a couple of duvets and to act as mattresses, but you can get a thin mattress if you want, but yeah, there's not much height there. This here converts into a single bed. Table comes out and goes down on that little latch there, and then it makes a single bed, and this folds out into, it's called a double. It's a small double. It's comfortable for one adult. You can sleep two on it, one adult or a child. But yeah, technically it's 5 berth. We have had 5 in here, but that's 2 adults, 3 children, and it was quite comfortable enough. One bone of contention with these seems to be cup holders. There's 2 in the front, and there's 1 here, just so your drink doesn't go. And then looking at the charging, there's Renogy chargers here and here, which were fitted after I got the van because the chargers in there were very old, and they feed 2 leisure batteries which are linked in under the seats, and there's a large and a small solar panel on the roof charging those. You may have noticed that there is no gas fire. I would never have used it, even serviced. A little bit OCD with those sorts of things. Got it taken out, and you have a 5 kilowatt diesel heater in here. The heat outlet is there, and the heat unit is there. You can just see it by that blind. That's just been serviced. It was getting a bit glitchy. Sometimes the control unit wouldn't work, so it's had a new motherboard, it's had a new control unit, and it had a new diesel pump, so all that is good to go. Got your cupboard storage on the side there, and the Carver Cascade 2 boiler, which is under this seat, works perfectly on immersion. There's the switch. Late last year it stopped working on gas. I don't know if it needs a service. I don't know if it's because the gas bottle was low and the pressure and the flow wasn't there to ignite the flame, but whenever we tried to turn it on, we're getting the red light. Again, it was something I was going to get sorted this year, but I just don't have the time now. But something you can look at. If you're going to be using it on campsites, no problem at all. Electrical hookup and away you go. Here's your control unit, switch between auxiliary and main, and your pump on and off. Standard kind of motorhome setup in the back galley style kitchen. And the fridge is the original one. Again, it's a 3-way fridge. Never used it on gas. Never tried, never would due to the age of it, and I don't know its service history, and we've never really needed to. The maintain works, so you can stick your ice blocks in there if you're doing a bit of a drive, and it keeps everything cool. And the electric, it chills down on electric fine on the odd occasions that we've been away. We didn't really go on holiday in it much. I know I've had it 4 years. We use it as a day van. It's a bit of our mobile beach hut. It's the kind of look we've tried to go for inside. Again, sorry if it's not to your tastes. And we kind of use it up and down the coast between Weymouth and Brighton, paddleboarding and that. Okay, let's go into the bathroom. As with the rest, I have refitted that. Well, refitted it, repainted it, should I say. Everything got stripped out, all the plastics got taken out and recycled and reused. This is the original plastic. It was just that lovely 90s horror beige. It was sanded, sprayed and then resealed. It's not bad. It was done about 3 years ago, and I say we do use it for day visits to the coast every weekend. Shower tray is done under there as well. And it's got the plug hole if you wanted a shower in here, but the carpet kind of just makes it a little bit nicer on the feet. And I also upgraded the plumbing when I stripped the bathroom out to domestic style taps, which have got quite nice pressure. Might be a bit of air in the hot water because that very rarely gets used. It seems to be all right. And the shower hose has been extended, and there's another shower head there that actually fits on the van outside. Stick the hose out the window on the side of the van. You can have a shower if you've been to the beach, or you've been paddleboarding, you want to get some salt off you or wash your shoes off. Quite handy. Let's go through to the front. In the front, we've got Pioneer head unit, built-in mobile phone holder. That has hands-free. It's Bluetooth, so you can put it through on the speakers and sit and watch a movie with your laptop and, you know, save it being on the laptop speakers. You've got the rear reversing camera, because you can't see out the back of these very much. I kind of keep it on when I'm driving, and it's my rear view mirror. 126,000 miles on the clock, a bit higher than a lot of motorhomes because they don't get used. I guess this one was used a lot at some point. I bought it around the 19th of December 2021 with 116,000 miles on the clock. Went from Southampton to Sheffield, I think it was, northern Sheffield, to pick it up, and drove it back after it had been stored for a year or so during COVID, knowing nothing about it, and was waiting to become one of those forum horror stories. It got me home. It's done 10,000 miles since on family trips over the last 4 years. It's never broken down once. as I said, it's a minefield buying these. I've been honest about bits that need doing, but like mechanically, the only thing that I've ever had a problem with was the diesel primer that needed replacing, but that's an expendable part. They last about 10 years. I think when I took it off and it went into Coastal Motorhomes with it, which is a parts supplier in Ringwood in Hampshire who sell like classic motorhome bits. I think they thought it was the original one from the 90s. It had never been changed. It was a quick switch and away it went. Underneath you've got the factory fitted power steering, not the electrical upgrade. So somebody obviously paid a lot extra for this in the day. When we bought it, the first MOT that was done just before we picked it up, because I bought it with the year's MOT, noted they had a slight power steering leak. That got worse. I think whoever had it before me bodged it for the MOT, if I'm honest, and it ended up having to be replaced. So I managed to find a reconditioned power steering rack after many months of hunting, and that was fitted at the next MOT. Since then, it's gone through all of its MOTs. Sometimes I've had it off the road for a couple of months when I'm not using it, but whenever it's been MOT'd, it's gone through only with advisories. Feel free to look back on the DVLA site from 2021, which is when I got it. I think my first MOT was 2022. That should be when you see the power steering stuff. After that, it's only had advisories. It's been so reliable. We go out in it nearly every weekend, and like all my anxiety about breaking down in it has gone. If I wouldn't think twice about driving it over to France if the ferry was a bit cheaper. I think that's it for the inside. If there's anything else you want to know, do feel free to get in touch, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you.